employment, you can easily swap the visa. All right, I hope this point is clear. Yes guys, so for some days now I have been thinking of filming this video, but this is the right time. All right, and I want to say, as an international student, if you intend to move to Germany, this is the time for you to apply as fast as possible. Look for a school and apply. All right, I am saying this because there are a lot of changes going on within the European Union, and now I will be talking about some of the changes in the immigration system, or within the immigration, the German immigration laws that have changed. All right, these laws, some of these laws were implemented in 2021 and will take full effect in 2022. All right, so if you are an international student who intend to move to Germany, this is the right opportunity you are using because of some of the changes that are going to be occurring. Now, there are so many changes that have occurred in Europe, in America, in Canada, or so many other places like Australia. But this video, I will be talking about some of the new immigration changes, all right, that can easily get you a permanent resident in Germany. That is to say, you get a permanent residency, all right, in Germany after you live there for some time. So make sure you continue to watch this video, and do not first, hey, as a new subscriber, as a newcomer to this platform, please do not forget, click the like button and make sure you share this video to at least 2 persons so that they can also be aware of what is happening. Now, moving forward, like I said, I will be talking about the changes in the immigration laws in Germany. In fact, these laws came into effect, some started in 2021. So if you are moving this year, know that it is advantage you. Now, the first change, let me say some of the changes, I will start with the change number 1, which is priority considerations in Germany. All right, before in Germany you could, let me say, if you studied in Germany before, all right, when you are applying for a job with a German or a European national, first of all, the German will be assessed. All right, the European national would be assessed before your files can be assessed. What do I mean by this? If you were applying for a job in Germany with someone like a German, priority is given to the German. All right, the German may get the job more than you. If the German does not get the job, the European national gets the job. All right, if the European national does not get the job, that is when you, as an international student, you have an advantage to get the job. But if these two people are qualified, they will give the job to them. That was before. But the new law states that everybody has equal considerations, all right, in 2022 henceforth. Which means that if you study in Germany and you are applying for a job with German nationals or with whosoever, in as much as you are qualified for the job, they will give you the job. It doesn't matter if you are a German, you are an American, you are a Canadian, you are a Togolese, you are a Nigerian, you are a Cameroonian or not. All right, so that is change number 1. Everybody has equal considerations now. Now, the next thing that has occurred in Germany is, before, professional jobs were restricted. That is to say, if you had applied for, if you studied something like mechanical engineering, you could only work in a mechanical company, all right, something related to mechanical engineering. If you study something like computer technology or computer engineering, you could only work with sectors related to computing or something like that. All right, and that goes for electrical engineering and so many things, accountancy and all the rest. But now with the new law, it shows that even if you studied something like masters in business administration and you have computer skills, or you have blockchain skills, or you have nursing skills, you can also work in the nursing department or in a hospital, in as much as you have the qualifications. The employer will hire you. All right, that is how the new law is. So it doesn't mean that if you studied just nursing in Germany and you have other qualifications, you cannot work in those sectors. No, that is not how it is in 2022. All right, the new law says that you can work if you have 4 different qualifications, you have skills in 6 different fields, you can apply to all those areas and the employer is liable to take you if they find you valuable. All right, that is what you should understand. Now, the other part says that, like I said, the other part says that you cannot work in different industries. Before, all right, you couldn't work in different industries. This one also relates to the last point I just mentioned, which if you have qualifications in a different field, you could not work in a different industry. No, you can now work in multiple industries. All right, if you have different qualifications. So that is what you should understand. Now, the first law which has been changed, all right, or which has been updated, before, when you move to Germany with a study visa, you could not work as an employer in case you find a job. All you could do is you will go to school, you will do part-time jobs, all right. Then until after you finish your program, you would apply for a working visa or a working permit for 1 year 6 months. That is 18 months. But now, with the new law, you can move to Germany as a student, all right. If you find employment or if an employer hires you to work with them, it is, let me say, possible for you to switch your visa from a study visa to a working visa, because remember I said that was the old law, but the new law now says permits you to switch your visa from a student visa, which is the national visa, to a working visa, all right. So this is what you should also understand that has happened in Germany. And understand again that before, if you move to Germany, let's say if you go to Germany using the 6 months working visa, because there is a visa type you can take for Germany, you can apply for at the German embassy to move to Germany as a skilled worker for 6 months. Then when you arrive Germany, you look for a job, all right. Before, with that type of a visa, you could live in Germany for a longer period of time, at least more than, let's say, 4 years before you could get permanent residency, all right. But now it is possible for you to get permanent resident if you live in Germany for 2 years, all right. Working in Germany for 2 years, you can get a permanent residency now after 2 years, all right. But before, that was not how the system was. There is another thing which I would like to mention here. Now, before, like I said, permanent residency, because this video is helping those who want to get study opportunities, working opportunities, and of course permanent residence in Europe. Before, if you applied for, let me say, a student visa or a seeker, let me say a visitor's visa, all right, there was no way you could easily get employment. You couldn't change the visa so easily. But nowadays, if you go to Germany as a job seeker, I already mentioned this. Let's say if you take a visitor's visa, you go to Germany now. It is possible for you, if you find employment, you can easily swap the visa, all right. I hope this point is clear. And when you work in Germany for 4 years, remember, it's not a student visa you use. If you use a visitor's visa, your own duration to stay in Germany in order to get permanent residency is going to be 4 years, all right, because the laws have now reduced. But before, you couldn't change the visa like that. It was totally impossible. Again, please let me quote this here. This video is not sponsored. Also understand that I am talking about those who studied in Germany. If you studied in Germany, all right, after you finish your studies, you work for 2 years, you are going to get permanent residence. You can apply for permanent residency and you will get it, all right. Now, there is another opportunity I want to tell you. If you're in Germany studying, make sure you learn the German language, because this is going to increase your chances of getting anything you want in Germany. Now, let me also say this. Remember, this permanent residence for 2 years is for those who studied in Germany. If you didn't study in Germany, like I said before, if you went to Germany as a job seeker, you can only get permanent resident after working for 4 years, all right? Because you didn't study in Germany. Please pay attention to this. Now, I have always said on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel, that the easiest way to go to Europe is using the study abroad means or study means. What do I mean here? You look for a university. If you have qualifications like high school qualifications, if you have a bachelor's degree, look for universities that teach in English language. This is because it's going to increase your chances of getting the admissions, because you do not need the German language, all right? So what you basically need to do is you need to look for universities that teach in English language. Find a course that relates to what you have studied before. You apply for admissions. Then when you get admitted and your admissions letter offered to you, you can now apply for visa. But remember, if you are moving to Germany, remember I mentioned in one of my videos that the appointment booking system in most embassies for Germany has changed, especially when you are applying for a student visa, which is also called a national visa. You are going to find 2 lists. List A, students booking for list A, and students booking for list B. there are instructions there, and the video is on this channel where I talk about changes with the German embassy in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and Nigeria, Abuja. All right, so watch that video so that you understand where I talked about appointment issues. Now remember, you are booking this visa appointment to apply for the visa, and now you also need the document called the proof of funds, because without the proof of funds you cannot apply to study in Germany. Remember, most German universities are free tuition, which means that you are only going to be contributing a small proportion, like this small amount of money, sometimes 60 euros, 50 euros, 80, 100, maximum 300 that I have seen so far for those who already have a master's degree. All right, so when you apply for a school which is tuition free, there are some schools that will charge you small amounts of money, especially those schools that are business related. If you pay the tuition fee, of course, you need to apply for the visa. And for you to apply for the visa, you need to show that you have money to take care of yourself, all right? This money I'm talking about is either you prove that you have a blocked account, an affidavit of support, and I have talked about all of these things, all right? So make sure you provide the blocked account, all right? The blocked account is the easiest way to use, the best way to go. Because sometimes they may doubt the affidavit of support, but the blocked account is showing your name. It is already in a German bank, the money inside, so nobody has anything to doubt. Because remember, the bank in Germany is going to confirm to the embassy that you own the account with this amount of money inside, and of course, give you documents to apply for visa. So it is usually a vis-a-vis, again, a two-way win. If you create your account, put your money inside, all right, and collect the documents to apply for your visa, it is advantage you than somebody who came with an affidavit of support. Though I'm not saying that it is a bad idea to get affidavit of support. So that is what you should understand. The easiest way to move to Germany is through studies, all right? Or if you have someone in Germany, tell the person to give you an invitation letter, then you apply as an invitee, or the person inviting you has to take responsibility. Then you move, all right? That is also advantage. That is also an advantage for you. Otherwise, apply for schools, move to Germany, find a job. If you find a job, you can drop your school, you work. But I will not encourage you to drop your education and you work, all right? Like I said, if you get a diploma from the European Union, that is advantage you, because it will take you anywhere on earth you want to go to, all right? When you find a job, don't drop your education, work. That is part-time. Then when you finish, you apply for an employment, all right, or a job offer. But remember, those of you in Germany, or if you intend to move to Germany, know that I said permanent residency is only after 2 years. It doesn't mean that you are going to get it doing part-time jobs while you are studying. No. What I mean is, after graduation, you can now work for 2 years, all right? After 2 years, you can now apply for a permanent residency. My advice goes to you, study the German language if you have the opportunity to go after it, all right? So that is what you should understand, and know that these are some of the changes. Possible changes are occurring. Germany needs a lot of people. The UK needs a lot of people. Canada needs a lot of people. Of course, the United States needs labor force. So it is advantage you if you want to move to Europe, America, or Canada, all right? Just apply for schools and see what is going to happen, all right? I wish you all the luck until we meet again in another one.